It's now his responsibility to work closely with the skills of the pilot to position the aircraft in exactly the right spot.
You will discover the boundless courage within you.
This is a very tense and exhilarating time for the team as they zone in on the task ahead.
Is to do. You are about to witness a display by one of the world's greatest military parachute display teams. Get your cameras ready. It's time for the Royal Air Force Falcons.
The line is created by sport cancers attached to their boots, which were activated at the very last moment. Once in this position, the coach will call for a start. On this command, all the parachutists turn their canopies in the opposite direction to the person in front. This puts them into a controlled turn, giving the visual effect of a parachute smoke clearing left in the sky. Today, the parachute dedicates to former RAF member Stu Robertson at the Red Team GP at the Paralympic Games. They should be called good luck in the upcoming games with RIAT Falcons. Their full-size formation turns towards each other and closes speeds at 45 miles an hour and their paths few feet from one another. They now immediately turn into the dynamic signature carousel formation. It is the team's favorite maneuver and requires a vast amount of concentration and trust in one another. Please give a huge round of applause.
Nou, kijk hier zo ver.
Nog niet.
Zie je het?
Wacht.
Zie je dat is hier?
The jet breaker is also landing there. Speed up to control by about 4,000 feet into the runway. A mix of aerodynamic and reverse thrust braking, along with those huge brake discs, bring this enormous aircraft to a halt very, very quickly. Chinook Role. In the next rule, our pilots will quickly document the finding the course becomes like a dolphin!
Thank you so much for a fantastic show and a brilliant way to open the final day of RIAT 2024. Well, we've got a couple of aircraft movements before the next the Belgian Air Components Chateau Falcons 10X VIP transport to the mark back to Brussels Belgium, and then we've got the Spitfire that we speak to shortly as the show to get airborne. But Manners, fellow Turk, not the only asset in the Turkish Air Force here this weekend. No, but what a fantastic way, what a track.
goed vastzit.
L'avion qui faut voler le plus lentement est the tax elevator Hornet approachant le centre du spectacle à basse vitesse, seulement 190 km/h.
During World War II, the Royal Canadian Air Force made an enormous contribution to the Allied effort. It was instrumental in the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan, training thousands of Allied aircrew, and including the delivery of singers killed or missing, and is credited with 49 enemy aircraft destroyed, plus 5 B-1 flying bombs. In come the Spitfire and the Hornet for the break. And back once again to Mike Colombo.
Thank you again, Ben. I'll need at least 15 minutes to take over from this wonderful break and work. Again, it's my job to start right away. It's up to the master, the 6 master. The top-notch decorator is ready for high-tech jet with its digital cockpit and amazing performance, featuring gold and transparent. It's really a big deal for Leonardo and Italian Air Force. Honeywell F-124 G200 turbofan engine, the master can take off starting from 4 minutes. At low altitudes for short and medium ranges in takeoff and landing, the turboprop is a win-win tactical solution, both economically and operationally. A positioning daring says bringing back here to us to tie a knot in the center of the runway, a stunt for guaranteed impact will never face the sea upon protection with the audience. A spectacular central tunnel in its way. Lithuania, Mexico, Morocco, Romania, Chad, Slovakia, Kenya, Zambia, and Turkmenistan, and has recently attracted significant interest in the Arab world too. The broad, sweeping turn for the slate is Kingston over 25 minutes. Spartan has demonstrated and mastered capabilities in responding to medical evacuation needs and transporting medical supplies. Of particular notice is this expensive cargo hold, which can accommodate biocontainment kits for highly contagious patients, revealing Spartan's pivotal role in global health crises such as Ebola and COVID-19. And now introducing a new highlight for 2024 season, with headlights blazing and flaps extended to position 2. The aircraft stabilized around 400 feet, gracefully will execute a dance. A dance in mid-air with distinctive singular tilt, and will return to access, landing gear lowered and cargo door open. So let's dance together with Spartan. After viewing the center of the display line, they're all Schneider Turk. A maneuver too often underrated, it was performed by Turk, the aircraft left a historic defensive maneuver known as the daring turn by France. ushered Italy into the era of jet aircraft. It was in Rome in 1948 that defeated the Harrier Empire, an aircraft that soon entered service to the Italian Air Force. 4 vampires formed the first Italian aerobatic team, the very first step towards the fractured tricolore. And a respectful salute to our friends from the fractured tricolore who are currently on tour in North America. Now, get ready to witness the return of a maneuver absent from the repertoire since 2017. Following unrelated incidents, you have to be amazed as the Spartan performs a glorious loop. Now the Chinook mechanical Spartan surprises everyone with its size, its lounging forms, but the Spartan mission, first Lieutenant Giuseppe Cesa, ensures the aircraft in real configuration and flies around. As long as the institution of operational technique called the stiff approach, a complex steep landing procedure that produces about 500 meters with a descent angle of 30 degrees and cross-flight control to increase drag. Usually employing operational theaters such as Afghanistan and Spartan as its factory to fire. Touchdown! We get an outstanding race up to 1,200 meters per minute with Spartan qualified for very short landings, even on sandy, snow, or unprepared runway. When there is no runway, the Spartan makes its own. It looks like a Marvel creation, but it's a product by Leonardo in cooperation with the Italian Air Force. These superheroes are Ettore, Francesco, and Giuseppe Cesa. And this is our European Sparrow to the RIAT audience. This was Mike Palumbo from the flight Patrouille Suisse. Arrivederci.
Mike, thank you so much. I don't know how many times we've had to start from here at the aircraft now. I haven't had time to look it up. I've never seen a display of this stuff. That was fabulous.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Benzo, see you tomorrow. I can't wait.
Excellent. 3 displays over the weekend from the Italian Flight Test Unit, and Mike will be describing them all, not just the Spartan, but also the M346, T346 display, and the F-2000 A Typhoon. So last year we celebrated the centenary of the Italian Air Force as one of our teams at the Royal International Aircraft. Well, this year we're going to be celebrating over the 3 show days.
Not just a big fighter, like the T-50 or the 9, they are highly advanced trainer. The M346 represents the natural evolution from a basic trainer, retaining both safety and forgiveness feature while incorporating a digital high-performance environment typically found in foreign fighter jets. The sleek design and powerful engines of the train have been showcased right now in this low bus, making it the perfect moment for the best shot. Represent the natural evolution from a basic trainer, retaining both safety and forgiveness feature while incorporating a digital high-performance environment typically found on fighter jets. The sleek design and powerful engines of the train have been showcased right now in this low bus, making it the perfect moment for the best shot. An inverted slider, optical by Turk. This is a complex sequence exploring it also has a magic button that pumps pilot automatic recovery system. If the pilot gets disoriented, pressing the button will let the aircraft inverted flight turn on. There are countless technical hardware details in this dimension, but probably the most impressive innovation are in the software. Aircraft design and engineering primarily because of the ETTS, Embedded Tactical Training System.
Array of test aircraft from numerous countries, including from the RAF Falcons in the flying display. Very nice colour scheme on the tail of the master there, Mike, I noticed, and hopefully we'll see special markings again on Typhoon later on.
Then in-flight fluid floor. The central section has the dorsal area, the ventral air inlets, and in here there are two
2020 against the first France Eagle family flying on from the This aircraft has a greater than 1-to-1 thrust-to-weight ratio in nearly all configurations. Now here's something we've not seen from an F-15 in the display before. The speed following their appearance at next week's Farnborough Airshow. And on from the F-15 QA, the advanced Eagle family has gone to the F-15. RIAT 2024 into land after a thunderous demonstration. Matt Geesey and Michael Quintini from Boeing on the F-15 QA at Lockheed. So the KC-390 is a medium-weight multi-mission tactical aircraft. Certainly, this is the largest, most complicated aircraft ever built. Very much a multinational product, this aeroplane. Power coming through a pair their extremely quiet International Aero engines, or IAE V2500 turbofans, and it really slots into the market size-wise, in some respects, just above the C-130J Hercules. It has a 26-ton, 7,320 pounds, if you prefer, payload, max cruising speed of 540 miles an hour, and different assemblies are made in different countries by different companies. Aerosolocity in the Czech Republic builds the rear fuselage. OGMA in Portugal, and the Portuguese Air Force, as I say, operates these, builds the sponsons and the centre fuselage, amongst other items. And BAE Systems has involvement as well, supplying the fly-by-wire control system. It feels like any transport with tactical missions in mind. It's able to operate from the least prepared and most damaged strips. It can fly on soft fields and snow runways, all helped by very low resistance undercarriage, which also uses a brake-by-wire system. We won't, I believe, actually be seeing the aircraft landing back here to demonstrate that though, because it's heading off elsewhere and being part of today's programme.
And it is indeed a very wide range of missions, including humanitarian support, medical evacuation, search and rescue support, and air-to-air refuelling. In addition, it can be deployed to transport and launch cargo and troops and to perform paratrooping operations.
It's in service with the Brazilian Air Force, and it's engaged in humanitarian support missions following the Haitian earthquake and the Beirut port explosion, and they carried out a cargo airdrop to the Brazilian research station in Antarctica. The Portuguese Air Force has 2 in service, with 5 in order. One of them is here. Hungary had the first 2 delivered this April. The Netherlands will be to replace the C-130 in 2026, and Austria, and also the Southern Republic of Korea.
It's going to do the last pass before the aircraft departs off to Farnborough.
Yeah, 76, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we brought that into the SU-27. Yeah.
So protection measures feature very highly on this KC-390 aircraft. The self-protection suite.
In the air tattoo flying display to see from Embraer the C-390 Millennium.
It's very flat, isn't it? Yeah, that's standard though, isn't it? Yeah, I've seen it.
Embraer.
Join with the Patrouille Suisse. Smoke goes off, you'll see the
light hours in our red and white F-5 Tiger. Tiger set lies on the left side of the leader at the controls, Major Pereira aka Pepe. Pepe works full time in the flying squadron Typhoon at the same time as flight instructor on the FA-4. Positioned as number 6 as first. We will show you what flying skills the Patrouille Suisse fighter jet pilots need to have. that our aircraft are in perfect condition day after day. Presenting the Eagle formation over the Swiss mountain. Demonstrating slow speed is good, demonstrating fast speed is even better. Two aircraft to the right. Information from right to left of the main formation. balloon launch speed of around 470 knots. At the top of the loop, the speed is still around 200 knots. And the main formation is preparing now for a heavy G formation. Coming in for 360-degree right turns just in front of you. Can you count how many formation changes we did?
You can fit about 20 fully equipped troops inside one of these helicopters. They can also transport loads both internally and externally, so underslung, and they can carry out search and rescue missions. But they can also conduct the gamut of multi-role helicopter taskings, really. Casualty or medical evacuation, combat, search and rescue, command post activities, VIP transport work and so on. The German army placed the Bell UH-1D Eurofighter, the famous QA. They were involved in stabilisation missions in Mali, and there was another Afghan deployment in late 2020, taking over from the supporting CH-53Gs of the Luftwaffe, which we can take off here in the center display. But these H-90s are also much used in support of civil society in Germany. For example, in November 2021, there were major floods in the German states of North Rhine-Westphalia and Rhineland-Palatinate. They helped with flood relief efforts in the aftermath of those, and in June of last year, there was a huge fire on the former military training area at Total Fleming, south of Berlin, where firefighting activities. Two units of the German Army, the Heeresflieger, been taking the H9, operating the H90, transport Hubschrauber Regiment 10, faster for the 51 tons, and training being provided from the National Helicopter Training Centre at Lockheed.
in the helicopter, broadly similar to our EF200, with no restriction itself. The Eurofighter this aircraft contributed to the flight plan last year. And that was a total of 11,000
close connections with the Royal Air Force back here at RIAT 2024. That was Captain Andrei Spanko from the 211th Tactical Squadron of the Czech Air Force at Chapter with the Saab RIAT2024 Gripen with some very attractive tail markings from his squadron on his jet for this weekend. So now lining up at the right-hand intercept of runway, a very exciting aeroplane, DD. With the RIAT 2024, the Boeing company is delighted to partner with the Qatar Embraer Air Force to present what is the most advanced version of this famed combat jet ever built, and one that's being showcased today for the first. Preparing for the launch of our NATO 75th anniversary flight past, and those that parked down at the far left-hand end of the airfield are making their way now along the northern taxiway, led by the RIAT 2000 A, the French Air and Space Force. They're very soon to take this air armed service in a flying display in the UK before the SF-5M of the Spanish Air and Space Forces. That air arm is now designated. These and aircraft are also parked in the taxi and joining up with a couple of heavies from the NATO alliance, one of them operated by NATO itself, which are holding off in the vicinity. Now following the SF-5M down the taxiway is the first of the air component aeroplane. What we have been hoping that you might still see the Belgian component solo fighter display on the circuit this year, but due to the drawdown of the Belgian F-16 fleet and their operational requirements, they took the decision to discontinue the solo display for this season. But in fact, the aircraft in the flight path is being flown by last year's F-16 demo pilot from the Belgians, Commandant Stephen de Vries, known as Vriska. Because he's Europe's most experienced F-16 pilot in terms of flying hours on the type in its entire 50-year history.
I came Saturday as well.
In fact, we're seeing a very good illustration parading down the northern taxiway there of F-16 evolution, because the Belgian jet was actually a two-seat F-16 BM model, the first generation of then General Dynamics built A and corresponding two-seat B model of the US Air Force, with the distinctive conformal fuel tanks on the fuselage side, according quite a different appearance. Then we have the F-16 CJ model from the 2nd Cavalry based at Spandau Air Base in Germany. That's followed by another specially painted jet, one of the solo Turk demo jets, the F-15Cs of the Turkish Air Force, and bringing up the rear of that very impressive contraction line. 12 surplus F-15s from Portugal in 2013. They were delivered from September 2016. They got 5 more in 2020 to 21, and then they secured a further deal for 32 jets from Norway, which was F-16, F-16 BM from not always used as a geographical point, but something that is an initial call. So an aircraft running at 300 knots, which is doing the Czech Gripen then, the first to roll out, demonstrating its special marking, the 211 Tactical Squadron of Czechoslovakia, which this aircraft comes from. The process of a run and a break. A run and break is the quickest and most efficient way of getting a fast jet or formation of fast jets from the airborne environment onto the ground. Slightly different here is that usually the break would take place from the jet side. Not allowed today. So these breaks are conducted from either over the runway or slightly line side. And a very striking return, having gone around to its initial approach by the hard 2,000 F-5F of the Secretary Final proposal. Belgium now in the throes of retiring its last F-16s in favour of the F-35 A, and it's supplying 30 of the F-16s to Ukraine. The F-16C Block 52 Plus, the 336 Squadron of the Hellenic Air Force from Karatkov will be accompanying within. And then the final group, the Strike, anti-radar missile. The 480 is now the sole flying squadron on F-16 at Bangala, and one of its jets reached the notable milestone of 10,000 flying hours in June. A beautiful sight there, the SF-5F of the Spanish Air Force rolls out. And with the After all wearing turquoise t-shirts, you can't miss them. Remember, RAF, of course, is a good place, and we want you to make sure you get to see everything you came here to see this weekend. So we've got huge showground maps on our new digital screens around the airfield, so you can get the most out of your visit to RIAT 2024. Thanks, Ben. Thank you, Andy, and I ought to mention that we have playing TV here, live broadcasting the flying displays. We watch it back later on in the service.
We are backtracking the NATO flypast aircraft that landed on. Quite a complex taxi pattern here, Mark, required. You're bringing down to the fact that you don't have a full parallel taxiway anywhere. You see the aircraft entering now, which is about half of the length of the runway. So once the runway is clear, then we'll get permission to take off and start moving straight. Yes, not all the NATO fast jets need to go back to the other side of the airfield. It's quite possible to stay south side to form part of the status display.
You count yourself lucky.
Very nice to see marking the first flight of water. There's going to be
good tornado representation here from Italy and Germany. And in comes the last of the F-16s from the NATO flypast, our very welcome visitor from Romania. Now right on the big screen, and over the road to our interview.
I'm here with Lowen, who is top of RIAT, which is part of the Royal International Air Academy.
The RAF will arrive in service of the E7 Westpac replace team.
Like when you put the thing up his nose. So he made me hold the hoover under it and fill it so I could suck up the shit. How long is it going up? There's no colour,
Leading the team this year for 2024, we have a new team leader, that's John Bond, known as Bundy. Bundy had previously been in the team for 5 years before taking the year out in 2023 and coming back as the team leader this year. He's a former Typhoon pilot and former qualified flying instructor on the Tucano, where he was the Tucano display pilot in 2012. You've now seen 6 and 7 at the back split in from the left. This is Big Vixen.
Swapping tactical, isn't it?
There are actually 11 pilots in the former Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot, and also doing F-111 while staying with Royal Australian Air Force. We now see 6 and 7 move to the centre, red 8 and 9 join at the rear. At the beginning of June 2024, we celebrated and commemorated 80 years since Operation Overlord, which of course was the storming of the Normandy beaches by the Allied forces. and tribute to all those that took part and those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. This is Spitfire. On the right of the red wall is red 2, that's Hornet and Turk. This is Jordanian team. Against the Turkey, Gripen taking straight from Turkey into the second hole of the Sparrows. After which he then joins the world record 617 version of the final flight of one of the most iconic aircraft ever in aviation history. As the team roll out, there is no mistaking the wonderful and majestic shape of the iconic Concorde. Once again, red ball comes to we now see the wings of the team start to flex forward. With all the team members now looking left and right down their shoulders towards red 1, with red 6 and 7 splitting at the rear. As they continue to come round from the left, RIAT, get your cameras ready for the colourful Phoenix!
Camera ready? Just Fernando. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Second year for the team, he remained as red 4 this year and took the role effectively known as Uncle Ian. This means he is a mentor, works alongside red 1 going through winter training to ensure our new pilots each year maintain and attain the standards required on a renowned pilot. All pilots must have a minimum of 1,000 passenger hours and be assessed as low average in the air and have one operational tour before they can even apply to join the team. That leads to a rigorous selection process where we take the number of applicants down to our final 3 who will join us at the end of the season for the next season. The team now in 2 distinctive rows as they form the Chevron Role. On that front row, on the far left-hand side, is red 5, that's Captain George Hornet. George is the first year of the team. He's the full-time red pilot, the Tornado! The full calls made by red 9 as red 8 and 9 roll around the rest of the formation, but what's the call change as red 1 fly the team down the line? Red 8 and 9 now join the rest of the formation. And of course, what I said earlier, it's our 60th anniversary, it's our Diamond Jubilee. So once the team coming in from the right-hand side as we come to the end of the first half, this will be your last opportunity to capture the red arrows in that iconic Diamond 9 before we start the second half of the show. Sir Marvin, ladies and gentlemen, once again from the right, in our world famous Diamond 9, it's the red arrows.
I bet you did, I bet you got
As we go into the second half, we're now seeing movement up since 2003. Going off to the right-hand side, we have RIAT2024 known as Ian. Named after Ian Wright's famous fight from the children's books. Off to the left-hand side, RIAT6789 known as Hannah. Named after squadron leader Ray Hannah, one of the first members of the Red Arrows. He's the only team leader to lead the team for 4 years. He took the team from a 7-ship to a 9-ship and created our world-famous Diamond 9. Hannah from the left, Ian from the right, 454 cross. Sir Bob, ladies and gentlemen, RIAT, get your cameras ready for the Hannah. Pass! As Red 9 climbs up, smoking the red, white and blue, you can see Ian coming off to our left-hand side, smoking our famous red, white and blue. Of course, one of the roles of Red Arrows to represent the Royal Air Force and the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and the RIAT by flying our red, white and blue in the sky. Red 16, red 7 in trail. The smoke comes on, get your cameras ready for the world famous Synchro Heart! Lifting your far top right hand corner, you can see Red 8 coming in as Red 8 spears the heart. Red 8 is trying to take Richard Walker, which is in second year team, and former Harrier pilot, former Typhoon pilot, and former qualifier. Once again, get your cameras ready for the Dixon vertical break. Meters, each aircraft will conduct a 360-degree aerial roll. To complete the maneuver called the boomerang. The serpent. flaring of the aeroplane. That smoke one is capable of producing approximately 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red smoke, and 1 minute of blue smoke. Each smoke colour selected by own individual button on the pilot's control panel. With the Tango present.
No, I just honestly thought it was one thing would come on, just that they just really, really good. And now I feel like it's let down.
Now you feel that shit.
Yeah, shit, guys.
Oh, you put the blue one down the side.
Red 6 now conducting an inverted barrel, pushing up to native 3G, working hard to make sure all our floaters are pushed to his head, while Red 7 and 8 and 9 hold on in that barrel to complete the manoeuvre called the Mirror Roll. With the Mirror Roll completed with Red 8 and 9 before the roll. There's 2 and 3 rolls to the outside. Clear, go, as Red 4 and 5 rolls around the outside. In one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots to master each year. This is roll. Excellent. That means every single member of the team quickly and necessarily break.
Aircraft controllers and RAF launchers dedicated to RIAT with the radar function. People in town, their day jobs include various roles with the National Air Traffic Service, people whose home bases are Heathrow, Stansted, Swanwick, Manchester, and of course other controllers and assistants from Guernsey and East Midlands. In addition to that, there's a further 4 support staff that are conducting flight planning. And remember the fact that it's not just the recent history of the 99th Expeditionary Reconnaissance Squadron here at Fairford that forms the U2's connection with Britain. It goes back almost to the start of the program, which was still Secretary Intelligence Agency program, as opposed to a US Air Force one. The U2 started operating in the CIA in the summer of 1956, and there was a British presence now fully declassified as part of CIA U2 operations. That's the first U2s to come to Britain. Did so via taking did suffer with the CIA, listening over the years were on the old Stern, Jackson. That then when the CIA U2 program ended, it became solely a US Air Force program, but it's still in these aircraft over here. US Air Force U2Rs were detached to Milton Hall then. They were period redesignated as the TR-1A to reflect the tactical reconnaissance role the aircraft could also fulfill, were permanently based at RAF Falcons in Cambridgeshire until the mid-1990s, and Fairford was regularly hosted them in various capacities, operating detachments, scheduled through on the route to other operating locations, and then this permanent operational presence here with the 99th Expeditionary Reconnaissance Squadron. that flight paths got one of them breathe oxygen and have an oxygen system when the aircraft is actually pressurised. And I get a very similar question is asked as to why the U2 pilot requires the pressure to well, fact is, an airliner will pressurise its cabin to about 8,000 feet, irrespective of what altitude it's at. And a smaller, more tactical aircraft is not only to conduct that level of pressurisation. Generally speaking, the cabin altitude is half of the altitude of the aircraft. So if you're at 30,000 feet, the cabin is pressurised to roughly 15,000 feet, which means when that pressurisation is above 10,000 feet, you require oxygen. In terms of pressure, but if you imagine the U2 flying at 70,000 feet, even if that is pressure, to pressurise to half of the altitude, that's 35,000 feet. Therefore, 100% of the time you will require a pressure suit in order to survive in that environment. And of course also, in the event of an ejection, the pilot would be subjected to whatever the ambient altitude is in that instance, 70,000 feet. So the pressurisation suit is absolutely critical to survive an emergency escape of the aircraft.
Reporting today. So from all of us at the Royal Aero team, a huge thank you to Happy, Studio and War. That Houston was carrying today weighs approximately 2 tons. And if you can listen closely, you'll hear the gearboxes working just a little bit harder as they cater for the extra weight. The Chinook is heavily westward off close to the front lines. Under the watchful eye of Sergeant Lawson, JHSS have rescue landing site. The JHSS team will lead the aircraft in order to attach the gun to the Land Rover, provide mutual support ahead of moving it onwards to its battlefield location. The team are now positioning to drop the underslung load in front of you. Dropping off an underslung load requires robust and effective communication between all members of the crew, as the pilots are unable to see what's going on underneath the aircraft. And let's consider the pilots through the aircraft, using voice marshalling to direct the aircraft to the top of front, and ensuring the aircraft lands safely clear of the load. At the end, we're fortunate to have our own underslung load training area, and this allows crews to practice lifting a variety of items, from netted barrels to heavy ISO containers. This invaluable training wouldn't be possible without the support of JHSS, who offer specialist skills in underslung load operations. Having successfully dropped the gun, troops is now manoeuvring the aircraft forward and down away from the load to allow the troops to disembark and set up in a defensive posture. After disembarking the troops, the aircraft will be looking to conduct an over-the-shoulder departure. This is a dynamic manoeuvre used to quickly move the aircraft away from enemy threats in front of them. As the aircraft climbs and builds rearwards momentum, the lower ballistic protection is presented to the threat. The aircraft's nose will be snapped around to give the crewmen effective weapon arcs, should they be required, to defend the aircraft, its crew and their passengers. As the aircraft transitions away into forward flight, the Chinook will now move position to provide support for the troops on the ground, scanning the area ahead for potential threats, before returning to the drop site to offer close-in support. Although not fitted today, 3 defensive weapon systems can be found mounted on the helicopter, one on either side and one on the tail ramp. Their sole use is to protect the aircraft and are only used in life-threatening situations. Provides a crafting opportunity for a great photo, and you can get ready to hear the Chinook's iconic blade slap. As the aircraft runs off the landing site, troops will quickly snap the aircraft away from the crowd before reversing the turn, bringing the aircraft back around in the opposite direction. Whilst the Chinook operates above, on the ground, we can see JHSS, who are the specialist helicopter handling unit for defence. JHSS are a joint squadron made up of both Army and RAF personnel, and are based out of RAF Base in Oxfordshire. Formed during the Falklands War, they primarily work with our UK support helicopters, including the Chinook, Puma and Merlin. They work tirelessly to provide specialist helicopter land site reconnaissance and the movement of essential supplies by internal and external loans. Exactly as you see during today's Royal demonstration. As the Chinook begins its second pass of the runway, you will be able to see the team's number 2 crewman looking out of the starboard window. Operating from the number 2 position today, it's our Hudson French Exchange crewman, Warren Officer Fabian Chopard. Fabian has been operating with the squadron for the last 2 years, proving that the famous on-call pull-down is still going strong. The ship's on the way. You'll notice Keats is working hard to handle the border smoothly today, and not only does this offer mechanical sympathy to the aircraft, but also make sure any passengers relay access to block line today. If you don't stage right, you'll see the crew repositioning for a running landing. This is a manoeuvre used when the aircraft is operating with limited power, such as flying at high weights, in hot and high climates, or in an emergency with one engine operating, as maintaining full speed reduces the power demand. As they run the aft wheels on, you'll see how the tandem ropes of the Chinook are used to bring the aircraft to a complete stop. Showing just how much control he has over the aircraft, Keats will bring it to a stop on just the 2 aft wheels before lowering onto all 6. The Chinook can carry a wide range of airports internally, including armoured fighting vehicles, motorcycles and forces sailors. Having been tied down securely during the flight, the team are now unstucking the quad line to demonstrate how quickly it can be operated from the aircraft to offer support to troops on the ground. Quad lights are often used in conjunction with trailers to transport ammunition and resupplies and mission-critical equipment around the battlefield at pace. Fabian and Mal are working together to operate the quad light, and here it comes, exiting from the ramp. With the cargo safely dispatched, the aircraft will look to perform another over-the-shoulder departure. By using all available power offered up by the 2 impressive 5,000 horsepower Honeywell engines, the aircraft can quickly depart the error, whilst minimising the risk presented by different threats. As the aircraft repositions, we'd like to express our gratitude to our air operations staff to ensure all of our training runs smoothly, the logisticians to ensure spare parts and fuel are where they're required, and the air traffic crews who work alongside to ensure safe landings every time. The next manoeuvre the team will demonstrate is a nose-down quick stop. This is a flying technique that's used to turn the aircraft on a sixpence. Quick stops are a core handling skill for pilots, which allow us to keep speed as long as possible, and are particularly useful when the troops are spotted late in an approach, or during gusty brownout or snowy whiteout conditions. This dynamic manoeuvre enables us to rapidly adjust from maximum flying speed to bring support to the troops on the ground in a minute of time. In order to set out the troops. With their battlefield task now complete, Mal and Bob will lower the ramp and clear the troops back onto the aircraft with a brand new addition to the Chinook Role demo this year, the big orange thumb. Wearing the thumb today and operating at the number 1 crewman position is Sergeant Mal King. Born and raised in South Africa, now moved back to the UK in 2003, and sadly for him he joined the army, initially as ground crew and then as a crewman. Mal served on ops in Afghanistan and Kenya before being posted to Northern Ireland, where he worked for the Islander and Defender. He eventually saw sense and moved to the Chinook Force on a 4-year exchange, and cleverly never returned. Mal and Fabian are now working hard together seamlessly to secure all personnel in the cabin before giving the all clear to Coots and Dingle in the front to climb. As the aircraft gently corkscrews glides into the hover, the crew will now open them up and give our crewmen the best seat in the house at RIAT. And as now dawns the iconic orange hands to wave us all a final goodbye. RIAT, can I ask you please put your hands together and give a huge wave to the team? We don't need your photos and videos, but if you send them your ones today, we'd be very grateful if you can tag us using the hashtag #flag. And as a reminder, you can come and find us over at the RAF all day today. On behalf of myself, Goose and the team, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day and look forward to seeing you all again very soon. So, for one last time, please put your hands together for the 2024 Chinook Role demonstration. Thank you. Whirling for talking us through in such fine style. And the Chinook clearing back to its parking spot. And we'll be moving on with our next display very shortly, which is...
We ensure our partner air forces have the combat air capability they need.
Focusing on tomorrow isn't enough. That's why we know what comes after.
enjoyed our show and we do the best for the rest of the air show. Let's stand the scene for a great show and give them a standing ovation, dear audience.
ERS, part of the joint reconnaissance wing headquartered at Beale Air Force Base, California.
That's right. All the girls all the girls take back to space. So all the U2 pilots from the include RAF Falcons.
So, next part of the display coming up there. Intelligence agency program before it was the US Air Force One.
That's right, it absolutely started with the CIA. The pilots that flew it started out as Air Force pilots and were put through a program where they called sheep did.
Yes.
Made them look different. So they took those Air Force pilots, made them CIA pilots, and stuck them in this jet-powered glider.
So what are we going to see from it now, Popeye?
So now it's setting up for what is the high key of the simulated flight-out approach. As you can hear the engine winding down, you see drag devices beginning to come out in the form of flaps and speed brakes. That drag will help simulate that the engine is flamed out. It will now execute a 360-degree turn down to the runway, at which point we will meet his mobile officer, that's the chase car, where he will top him down, get very close to the runway, and then take off again for another short hit. So as of right now, that profile that you see is exactly what it would look like if the engine was flamed out.
Now you mentioned the chase car there. It's a Dodge Charger, isn't it, these days?
Right, just like the police have.
And this is necessary because of various aspects of the low-speed handling characteristics and, of course, the design of the airframe, isn't it?
It is. There's a lot of tricky parts to landing U2, one of which is
and there you can see the chase car in pursuit as the U2 rolls down the runway.
And that's the data link. That is one of the very essential pieces of equipment that allow the sensors to provide near real-time information to the commanders of the battle space.
And it's a capability that battle space commanders and those higher up the food chain, one might say, have been so reliant on for the best part now of 70 years.
That's right. There's not a U2 pilot out there that wouldn't be able to tell you that they were taking pictures or picking up collect that didn't end up on the president's desk that day.
Oh.
There's about 50% washout there.
Am I right in thinking that those who go on for the selection to pilot training have already undergone some pre-screening?
Yes, there's intensive... In number 2, we have Captain Tika. She's a female pilot, one of the first in the Norwegian Air Force, and she's also one of the most experienced pilots in the Norwegian Air Force, with more than 9,000 flight hours. Originally, the aircraft was all out green, military green, but they changed it during the early 2000s to yellow. The original color scheme for the Norwegian flying school was blue and yellow, which some of us think is even better than yellow only. Sounds like a good idea for 2025. Maybe. Formation now is chevron. And they will change formation when they turn away into the arrow formation.
We get a really good view here, Eric, of the quite unusual appearance of the Safari, with the slightly forward-swept wings and that big bubble canopy.
Yes, some say that the forward sweep is aerodynamic, gives some aerodynamic advantages, and some people say that it's because the aircraft does not want to fly that fast. The cruising speed is about 100 knots.
So the other thing that appears evident with the layout of the design of the aircraft is the fact that the wings are neither top nor bottom mounted, more shoulder mounted.
What's the flew down here from Oslo last week, and total is about 20-hour transfer each way.
Wow. So possibly another 15 to get back to Bardufoss.
Or 20.
Or 20. Hoping for a tailwind.
Yeah, we are hoping for a tail. We have 20 knots headwind on the way here to Germany. We are now passing in a trail formation. And when they turn around, we're going to transfer to what we call a dart or a rocket formation. All the pilots here are full-time instructors on the flying school. We have 2 classes every year, so the next class is starting early August, and the flying portion for that class will be starting August, September, late August, early September. And then we finish up in late November, and the next class started in early January. As we told you from Bardufoss, which is a familiar field for RAF and the Naval Air Arm. We have the Commando Helicopter Force flying Wessex, Seapeak, Merlin. After 20 years in Joint Helicopter Command, they have actually had their own base inside our perimeter, and they have do winter training every year with all kinds of support helicopters from the Joint Helicopter Command.
Such as these is all the more difficult, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Compared to flying in a high-performance jet, it's a big challenge. Now we can see they're coming straight towards the audience, and they will spread out for their last formation part to do the fan or the starburst burst. And then they will
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes, first time, not just for this team here, but for this aircraft in Norwegian service, because we've seen the Royal Danish Air Force here with the T-17 supporter variant, indeed a couple of years ago with their engines plated in baby blue. Never.
training the latest generation of Wildcat aircrew in maritime strike capabilities. This is now the only dedicated maritime attack helicopter in the UK's infantry. A variety of weapons at its disposal, including .50 caliber machine guns, torpedoes, marklet, and C-7 missiles. As Mark mentioned, this is a multi-service asset, just as the Lynx was, with the Wildcat also in service with the Army Air Corps, where now it forms part of what was Joint Helicopter Command and is now Joint Aviation Command. Yeah, that's right. The name changed about 2 or 3 months ago, without much of a fanfare, I must say. And it's been changed to Joint Aviation to encompass the proliferation within the British Armed Forces of unmanned air systems. Coming straight back in towards us now. which reduces the radar cross-section of the aircraft, and also diffused jet reflux, which reduces the infrared signature of the aircraft against red flags. While a key component of Royal Navy operations from the nuclear class aircraft carriers as well, alongside the likes of the F-35 Lightning and the Boeing Now breaking around the control centre, while that's away from us. Black one, back pull them.
Do you know when you're on the plane and you feel a bit of turbulence, do you love it? Yeah.
And final crossing wing over from the 2024 Royal Navy Helicopter Display Team, the Black Cats. As they complete their sequence, it's over to George Baker.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. Just a brief reminder, please, the security announcement for all the visitors here today. And that is to ask you, please, to keep all your baggage with you at all times and do not leave anything unattended. And then equally important, it is now getting very hot and the sun is very strong.
Until you zoom in.
Yeah.
Spain was the first export customer for the Harrier. They bought the AV8A model, following the AV8S. McDonnel, they were delivered from 1976. They also had a couple of two-seaters, and they flew from the two Spanish Navy carriers, the Vidalo and the Príncipe Furia. October 1960. That then led on through the pre-production Kestrel series on to Harrier, which was first delivered to the 1 Squadron RAF in April 1969. The four cross-section nozzles on Harrier can be orientated between 0 and 98 degrees. They're controlled manually by the pilot using a separate lever next to the throttle. And it's also got hot air control on the nose, the tail, and the wingtips for better control at low air speeds, just like we see here.
Give me a slap, I thought. Yeah, it'd be like a crab top Marion head.
The Spanish Navy there with the EAD-18 from RIAT2024. We now return to the centenary of the Royal Canadian Air Force, and specifically the links between our Royal Air Force and the RTAF over its 100 years of history. That history forged both in war and peace.
But like, it was nice to see the like.
We're going to be seeing the 9 Hawks of the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows, flying through with the CF-188, the 45 Tactical Fighter Squadron, Royal Canadian Air Force, that we saw displaying earlier, in tribute to this anniversary of our shared air power heritage. And the Red Arrows are going to be streaming red, white and red smoke in honour of our Canadian allies. And this they'll be doing when they take their own tour of Canada in support of the RTAF centenary later on. The 2024 Royal Jordanian Falcons. They start in box formation, rolling right to perform a quarter clover leaf. And they stay in very tight box formation to perform a battle roll. On what we call a battle roll, they're about pilots.
If you imagine a barrel right on the side, the aircraft follow the path all the way around to 360s. They're very much a kicking and rolling maneuver to something.
Leading the team for 2024 is the Royal Jordanian Falcons Director of Operations, Jamil Zayed. He's been with the team since 2002 and has some 3,700 flying hours. Now, we're going over to the right, and we'll shortly see the formation changing. They just skirt a little bit of drifting low cloud. They'll be getting into T for Tango formation with the 2 wingmen now coming up in line abreast on the leader for the Tango lead. After initially flying the mid-wing extra 300 for a few years, they switched to the low-wing 300L. They upgraded into this outstanding 330 LX model.
Now the aircraft, purpose-built for what we see in front of us, up to unlimited capturing that ever happened, conquering many world championships.
And they're an uncomfortable negative G push out of that half cuban. But they're pulling through down towards the right-hand end. Yes, making World Championships. They're unlisted the Mountain Choice, the Extra 330 series, the single seat 330SC4 of France's national competition aerobatic team. Their Air Force operates the Équipe de Voltige de l'Armée de l'Air, which has many world championships.
The route of this aircraft type was the winner of the Belfast Memorial Trophy just a month ago at the RAF competition.
Yes, with the French pilot, Captain Sébastien Suchet, at the controls. And more negative G now. As they perform the third turn. But all the while, the formation absolutely immaculate.
Yes, absolutely. This aircraft is capable of an eye-watering +10 and -10 Gs. We've already seen an aircraft today powered by twilight only engine, that being the 4-cylinder IO360 with the Safari. This engine, after powering the F-330, has an extra bank of cylinders, making it a 6-cylinder, 315 horsepower, AE IO580.
Flying on the left wing of the formation is Major Feras Alboitat. He's been a team member since 2022 with 1,350 flying hours. He makes a lot of use of these water-cloverly manoeuvres and repositioning device was very, very attractive, getting away from us now on the B-axis, and this is where we see the formation split into 2 pairs, and this is their salute to all of you, the Royal Brigade Falcons Heart. Represented with us for the final 10 years by a pair of F-16s in our Wi-Fi line here, and they've also got one of their Signal 38 Hercules transport aircraft in the static, always a regular visitor to the air tattoo in the Royal Canadian Air Force Service. The bring over the entrance to Europe every summer for their annual tour now coming past in opposition, and we'll see them split. The incredible power to weight ratio of the extra EA330 LX well on show there. Now showing Patrouille heads away from this as the main 3-ship formation running, and he crosses with them. They're now in line abreast formation, full line abreast too. Very strong airframe is built with T1 steel and tube construction. The wings, the rudder, and the landing gear all manufactured out of composite material. The aircraft is a 2-seater, but interestingly, for central of gravity considerations, the rear seat only is instrumented for the pilot in command, and they are flying solo today from the rear seat. Having performed an enormous battle roll off to the right, the 3 aircraft now pull up on the 45-degree line, still in quite close formation, at this time at synchronized stall turns. The airspeed leads off, the rudder is applied, and round they go. And we'll see here the lead pilot and the right wingman going to mirror formation, with the left wingman flying barrel rolls around them. The right wingman here, the aircraft on top of the mirror formation, is Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Abu Al-Jassar. He's new to the Royal Canadian Falcons this year. He has 2,100 flying hours. Soloist in there for a climbing slide, and then torque rolling back down. So the next crosses again with the 3-ship. So pulling up into another quarter clover leaf, but this time flourish travels with a downward split.
Very little change in the pitch because the engine hasn't changed up yet.
Time now for one of the signature manoeuvres of the team. We see them rolling out in front of us with smoke on. The team comes from the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan. And this manoeuvre is their Hashemite break.
They're going across the display centre. Soloist on the right edge. The three ships again releasing in line abreast formation, which is an act opportunity solo to run down the run. Doing so initially inverted.
Despite that, inverted then turning the right way up with about 60 knots of overtake. Still working hard on the rest of the formation is still on the outside. Not only are they slow rolling, but they are also rolling around the outside of the formation.
As well over the years, among our most treasured guests in every edition of the Air Patrouille. Now, we're coming towards the end of their display. Another clover leaf to bring them back onto the B-axis display line. They're reconfiguring into what they call Concorde formation, getting ready for their final break. And so, the Concorde fan break to present to you for the final time the 2024 Royal Jordanian Falcons. They've just been cleared to line up and wait, and so to tell you more about the Finnish Air Force.
Sound there, the engine's coming back widely. The aircraft accelerates from 300 knots, positioning itself for a slow-speed flight route around 100. And March 2023 saw Luftwaffe type Eurofighter EF200 joining their RAF Eurofighter Typhoon number 9 squadron in the first dual force So the Harrier EF200 rolls out and comes to one of the absolute stars of this weekend. So in the meantime, here's the A400M on the roll. And the crew headed by Major Christopher Hunt.
Yes, thanks Ben. I meant one from Airbus and many you may really think of, but it was fitted in that of the large cargo.
Now we're not seeing a full display from the aircraft on this occasion. We're seeing a couple of flypasts, but nonetheless there are opportunities as the aircraft maneuvers to see just how agile an airlift is.
That's right, as we run down the runway.
So in for its first pass, the whole A400M fleet also Luftwaffe stays in that good storm with Lufttransport Geschwader 62. It comes under the operational control of European Air Transport Command, and that coordinates the military air transport and air refueling assets of 7 EU member states.
The A400M is operated, of course, here in the UK by the Royal Air Force, we're seeing the Luftwaffe aircraft now, but also France, Spain, Turkey, Belgium and Luxembourg, and we have Indonesia and Kazakhstan joining the club later this year. Fantastic, yes. We're doing a whole range of different combat jets from the Typhoon that we see taxiing past us now, US Navy F-18 Hornets, and we're very pleased to have transferred to the French Air Force the capability to refuel helicopters.
Oh yes, because they make use of that with their Airbus KC-390 Caracal and Special Forces helicopters, don't they?
Yes, that's right, and they're working on training their crews as we speak.
Wheels down now for this pass.
Yes, you can see them here on the undercarriage, 12 main wheels, spreading over 141 and of course, if you have a number of main wheels, you can have a number of carbon ceramic brake pads as well. And you couple that to the reverse power of the 11,000 horsepower engine and underlay stop rate, for example, to land right where you want to land. And the head-up display makes that very straightforward for the crew.
slow feet pass. And this is a higher angle of attack than I think we can ever see for any non-fly-by-wire
brake, yeah, along the dorsal. Slowing the aircraft down with the aerodynamic brakes by holding the nose 25 degrees off of the horizontal, thereby compressing the air in front of the aircraft.
His body now weighs 9 times more than normal, and turbo is heavy on the long cut. Turbo condenses 360-degree roll before climbing rapidly into a half horizontal, showing just how powerful and movable the Typhoon can be. On the F-1 converted, great chance to take some photos here as you pull the fly body roll or skidding away again. Turbo brings the pedal back towards the crowd. Wonderful chance to photos again as he demonstrates the graceful climb and flying with a slow roll. Slow energy produces a nice inbound barrel roll back towards the crowd. Great chance for him at this point to display to take in the crowd so he's giving away as he turns away. Barely moving the sky, so we're now working hard to modulate that power to keep the aircraft at its limits. Converting that back to positive G, the 12G swing pulling back towards the ground line.
authorised by 11 NATO nations and a further 6 partner nations. The Royal Air Force and Royal Navy operates the F-35B variant, which has a short takeoff and landing capability, enabling it to operate from HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales.
It was number 617 Squadron of Gambusters fame that became the first British frontline F-35B unit when its first 4 aircraft arrived at Mara in June 2018. Number 207 Squadron, from which this aircraft comes, which is the Lightning Operation Conversion Unit, followed in July 2019. Now we should see the weapons bay open here. That bay carries 4 medium-range air-to-air missiles, or a combination of 2 of them and a pair of payload 4 500-pound precision-guided bombs. We're still very much in the build-up phase at RAF Falcons with the F-35 force. These aircraft, nevertheless, are still in constant demand. Recently, having returned from exercise Steadfast Defender, where F-35s and 617 deployed on board HMS Prince of Wales from February through to March of 2024. And the unit we haven't mentioned yet is the Royal Navy's first Lightning Unit 809 Naval Air Squadron, which reformed in December of last year. This past week, the first mission was flown by solely 809 NAF personnel. But now we see the STOL capabilities beginning to be demonstrated by this aeroplane, and this all courtesy of this aircraft's propulsion system. The Rolls-Royce lift system is key to the next part of the display. 29,000 shaft horsepower transferred from the main Pratt & Whitney F-135 engine to the lift fan element via a drive shaft and clutch. And the thrust section the instrument provides on the lift fan. To maintain that level and straight trajectory, all done by the fly-by-wire system on board this very advanced fighter aircraft. Now, the F-35B is going down. It's getting ready for a rolling vertical landing This type of landing is intended to be used at expeditionary sites, roads, or maybe if a runway is short or has been damaged in the past, where the priority is to minimise the distance in which you bring the aircraft to a stop. The pilot will be targeting a specific flight path angle and a precise touchdown point, all based, of course, on the stopping distance that's required on the particular strip and the gross weight of the aeroplane.
Of course, we're very lucky here at Fairford to actually see this, because it's one of the few runways in the country at a public display where the aircraft can land on the runway because of its load rating.
Yes, in fact, I think as far as public air shows, as opposed to RIAT family And here he is, on the roll, making a hit at with the Swedish Air Force, Saab, the F-39C, Gripen. So expecting to see a roll on the first pass, followed by a pull up into a loop. Twin engine jet of the same generation. That can be one thing that gives its position away. So there are a number of companies at the moment that are looking at various coatings on the glass of the head-up display to stop that becoming a factor. On QRA, but we actually learned their defence activity to the Swedish Gripens earlier this year, Gripens were launched for the first time on a NATO arrangement to protect Baltic airspace alongside Belgian F-16s and German EF200s on Baltic air policing. They intercepted first the Russian Tupolev Tu-134 and then Antonov RIAT-26. And one important thing with the Gripen is this is a very versatile aircraft in terms of the number of lengths of runway it can operate from. It's not restricted to the long runways. It can operate even from roads and the streets. Still trained for that. They recently held an exercise near Gothenburg with that particular. Enormous barrel roll, which topped out about 2,000 feet. The noise dissipates, the speed slows, the undercarriage comes down, and we're expecting here a demonstration of just that sort of operating flexibility I was mentioning, the ability to fly from shorter unprepared strips. The rationale for about flying from road fences, which is one that's been practiced in many countries for a long time, is that if your main operating base put out of action as a result of enemy bombs or other munitions, then you can remove the aircraft, take them into the field, as it were, and operate from road strips. We did it with the Harrier to some extent, but you can do it with non-vertical takeoff aircraft as well.
When you touch down now, you can see the nose leg compressing, It's those enormous carbon fibre brakes. We start the aircraft and it's broad situated virtual standstill in just over 3,000 feet. I think that's an absolutely fabulous display. Yeah, very, very good. But of course, that infrastructure that you need to land aircraft on roads doesn't happen by chance. The roads, yes, have to be designed in order to take that. The length of runway needs to be a minimum of about 3/4 of a mile or 4,500 feet, and the load bearing capacity has to be able to take aircraft that are fully bombed and fully used and free of bridges. Major Hendricks steering there with the RIAT2024.
As internationally, we performed last year here in RIAT. Bill. The shape looks like a bill, and that's the person they will present to you today. As you can see now, they will start their hand right here with the bus scheme in the middle. On the left side, we have the odd numbers, and the right side, we have the positive numbers. Next maneuver will be the helix, where the synchro pairs, Saudi 6 and 7, they will drop out and they will roll around the rest of the formation, the main section. You can see they will put their smoke shortly on the right hand side.
Similar to the corkscrew of the radar.
The British aircraft Tornado with experience over 2,000 hours on the British aircraft Tornado. He's from the central side of Saudi Arabia and he's the newest member in the team. He's been with the team for almost 2 years now. Now the team will make their entrance from your left hand side for the spear pin. Saudi 3 is Captain Ka'afi. He's from the North.
the team will block for a loop as the formation reaches 70-degree nose high. The team leader will give the command for the team to turn right 90 degrees. As the team gets set down, they will split, presenting in front of you the Arabian tent. Ladies and gentlemen, look and get your cameras ready for the center. They start their block, and now they will draw the Saudi symbol, the pass. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Saudi logo. Saudi 7 coming with the green smoke, and this is the red smoke. Representing the Saudi flag right in front of you. Saudi move, he's rolling around the formation, he's Major Sufyan from the city of Lockheed in the Western Saudi Arabia, with experience over 3,000 hours. They will go for a 4 as the weather today is good. Another roll also on the left. We call this maneuver the slave roll. Saudi 6 is Major Rashidi, right in front of you. You can see the Saudi 1, 2, and 3 really. The left-hand turn, while Saudi 4 and 5, 5 and 10, they will turn back to the display line, and they will make the intersection in the middle of the display line. They are coming for the vortex maneuver. You can see 74 and 75 with the red smoke turning around the formation. I'll let you hear. Will cross through the formation if you look to the right. You can see 5 aircraft flying the V-shaped inverters. To perform the boost pump. This will be the last maneuver for today. They will put their smoke on. I will let you hear the bus command for the team members. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sparrows.